Hello everyone, welcome to the 3Y Show. My name is Millicent Adifa Martins, and today we are catching up with one of Nigeria's most creative fashion entrepreneurs. Want to find out who she is? Come along.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, thank you. My name is Millicent.
Oh, welcome. Please sit down.
It's a pleasure having to sit here with you, the famous Ejiro Imustafiri. I've heard all about you, and definitely I was waiting for the day to sit down here with you and talk to you to learn more from you. So, how did everything start?
Short version or long version. I think we'll stick with the short version.
Okay.
I was going on to become a medical doctor. I was a good science student right from primary school to secondary school, but I always was attracted to the arts and took my art classes very seriously. So at some point in my SS1, I decided to try clothing and textile class because I wasn't enjoying my agri class, which most science students took. And then I discovered fashion when I went on an excursion to Yabate. It just spoke to me. It just said, this is it. This is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. Why? Because it combined everything that I love to do. So when I was in that fashion school in Yabate, I saw that they were pattern drafting, which was very much like technical drawing. To make clothes, you need to take measurements. So all your days you're doing arithmetic, which is what I really like. And then of course to do that and be able to create something that would inherently mine, and I would say this was created by me. I eventually just got into fashion school, and I was out to make sure I proved everybody wrong, because everyone thought, oh, you do this and get tired of it and eventually go to med school. Okay. So I put in all my effort and made sure I made up for my, I wasn't the strongest artist because I wasn't even an art student in secondary school. Okay. So I worked extra hard to be at par, and I even surpassed everyone. In fact, I was best student from first year to like so it was. And then I did a couple of internships, worked in the industry. So after 2 years of working, after NYC and graduation, I decided to go start my own business. And I thought the best time to start was then, 7 years ago now. So I just took the bull by the horns, went back to my home, started my business in my bedroom, and the rest is history.
So at this point, how supportive were your parents?
I think they were heartbroken. They were very heartbroken, but then they're my parents. So how did I get them to agree? I wrote them some letter, and wow. I told them if they loved me, they would want me to be happy, and that I wasn't happy. I just really poured out my heart and slept off. I wasn't planning to give it to them. I think I was just trying my luck. But I slept off over the paper. My dad came to check on me as he would do at night. And he saw that we had a shouting match before I wrote that.
You had a shouting match with your dad to force your way?
Well, I won't call it a shouting match. Like he wasn't having it, that I didn't want to go to med school anymore. And I was trying to tell him that I was sure of what I was saying. But then he must have been weirded out. What did the 16-year-old know about the future? What did I think I know was going to be my future? So I was very upset, and we, argued a bit. And then I went to my room and I wrote that letter and I slept off over it. So he came to check if I was okay, I'm sure, at some point in the night. And he found the letter. So when I woke up in the morning, he called me to a meeting. And I was told that I was allowed to do what I wanted to do.
Oh wow, so you went through all of this. What is it that inspired you?
I don't know. I think all the training I had growing up. I mean, I went to primary school at Mayflower, and they always thought about being resilient, being self-reliant. So I was a very strong-willed child. I think they had groomed me to be that way. And then I did go to Queen's College, where girls were taught to stand up for themselves. We were taught that we could become whoever we wanted to become. There was nothing stopping us from achieving whatever. So all those trainings I'd had growing up, and then I had parents who were paramilitary. So I was a very strong-willed child, and I think it was God. I would always say that somehow, I don't know where I got the strength or where I got the conviction that I was doing the right thing, especially because it was a complete change from what I was used to. But then it did work out.
Still to come on the 3Y Show.
Okay, so what are some of the challenges you face in the business?
I am not one to catalog challenges, so it's difficult for me to just sit down and say, oh, it was very challenging, I faced this, I faced that. No, because going into business or whatever, I knew it was going to be hard. So it was the same things that regular entrepreneurs would face, especially in Nigeria: lack of infrastructure, lack of financing, knowledge I had. I did not necessarily think it was enough, but I trusted it. You might say, okay, our educational system is not as strong as, but I still find that even in that rusticity, what would I call it, where people say, oh, we're being taught with archaic curriculums, still the same thing. I mean, till today I test myself against people that went to London School of College of Fashion or whatever. It's the same thing. They just have better equipment or better technology. Maybe they did theirs on computers and I did mine manually. I had to go through the metric and use my ruler and everything, but it's still the same thing.
So we're still here with Ejiro Amos Tafiri, one of Nigeria's most creative fashion entrepreneurs. Right now we're going to take a look at some of the celebrities that have been styled by her.
Welcome to Street Help.
Don't reach 10 to 12 years. They can train my children. Yeah, some of them don't finish secondary school. 2 of them there for university. Then they buy. It depends. Because before then they buy, but something costs like this, so people don't have money to buy as before. It depends how big. If you big, if you sell 150, okay, so that you will count the plantain, so that you will know how many you buy, how many days inside. When you count the plantain, know how many, so you can know how to sell. plantain start for October.
Okay.
Till March like this. So from May, we start corn. Before when market day, sometimes they say something up to 5,000, 6,000. But now no market. Like 2,500, 3,000. Everything too cost now. People not get money to buy. I don't go close now. If I want close shop, that means that my plantain not finish. Plantain never finish. Still sell they go down. I go use some buy something sell now. Abi, na body they say I go use some buy body again. Thank you, God bless you.
So welcome back, Ejiro. Why do you think many of the celebrities love to wear your outfits?
Why do I think? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I set out to dress women, and I think that they are women who are upwardly mobile, who are in the eye of people.
I'm aware that your brand caters for women.
Yes.
Do you have a specific size, or you cater for all sizes?
We try to make clothes to suit predominantly the African women, and African women are what's the word? We're not really tiny women. A lot of women are, so we have a wide range of sizes, from small to large to extra large, to cater for a wide range of sizes of women. It's more about the class of women and the idea the women have that we used to form our niche. Is not by size.
Okay, what do you have to say to the fashion entrepreneurs that are coming up that want to be like you someday?
Well, I would say that they should properly articulate their dreams and what they want to achieve, and then be realistic with themselves as to where they are and what they need to do to get to where they want to go, and then be willing to put in the work, to sacrifice, and then all good things will come in time.
Alright, so let's go see some of the outfits that you have.
Okay, cool, sure. Yay. Come in. So welcome to our boutique store. What do I call it? So here we have the women wear section, video eyes.
So what's the inspiration behind this?
That's dancing.
Colors.
The colors. It's spring summer, so we use a lot of pastels for this particular collection, and then because it's very structured yet fluid, we wanted it to still have the Ejiro Masafiri aesthetic. So it has that, it gives you that lightweight feeling when being too strong. So it's from evening wear to lounge wear, outing wear, and then you have some more lounge wear sets. And then we have formal wear over there. That's it for ready to wear.
Have you considered exporting some of your wares outside the country?
Yeah, we actually have stores outside Nigeria that stock our pieces. There's a store in Kenya. We're in talks with another store in Dhaka. We hope to have a couple of stores around Africa before the end of this year, and stores that carry us currently in London and in Atlanta. So we hope to increase our international presence. That has always been the dream, to have EAT stock in several boutiques across the world.
Okay, so what led to you setting up the fashion school?
I had a lot of requests for internships and a lot of people wanting to learn, and then a lot of people were fascinated that I actually studied fashion in Nigeria. So the interns in my office were becoming too many, and so I had to find another way to share knowledge, to share my experience in the fashion industry and give knowledge that will be valuable to people that want to go into the fashion business in Nigeria. So that's why we're a fashion business school. We don't just teach technical know-how, we also teach from the experience that we have that has led to our success. A lot of people say, oh, you succeeded so quickly in Nigeria, how did you do it? You're not from a rich family, you don't have godfathers. But I just think it takes thinking out of the box, it takes being dedicated. So that's what we're trying to imbibe with students that come to EAT.
So it's been a lovely time with Ejiro Amos Tafiri, having to go through her store and her collection, listening to her fascinating story, how she rose above her challenges. I hope you've had a lovely time, because I have. My name is Millicent. Au revoir.